going on, guys? Welcome to this episode of The Pickups. I'm excited to be here. You're excited to be here. YouTube is excited to host this video. So let's just jump into it. Half off blue tag today at Goodwill. They had some comics. I don't really buy a lot of comics anymore, but for 50 cents, we got Jim Lee's Wildcats #4. This is still sealed in its poly bag. It came with a card. Remember, like, Wizard used to do that? Wizard magazine, they'd give you like a special edition, like, card or something. I still have a box of those somewhere. I saw this, thought it was cool. Bucky O'Hare #5. That was also 50 cents, which is cool. Stopped at another thrift store I'd never been to before. These people are crazy. So she was like, "Well, you have to wear a mask." So I'd gone to the hospital the day before. My wife's in the hospital, and the people at the hospital told me don't wear the cloth masks like you get from work or you make for yourself because they don't filter anything. So they made me wear one of those filtered masks, you know, to get into the hospital. I'm thinking, why don't they tell everybody this? Because you got a bunch of these Goombas walking around that, you know, a fart can go through your butt cheeks, through your underwear, through your pants, travel 6 feet away, and you can still smell it. And that's because the particles are so small that they go through the cloth mask. You know what I mean? But for some reason, these cloth masks are like, you know, the end-all be-all to the coronavirus. And nobody wants to hear any different because they think what they heard on their media outlet, you know, that's the gospel. Even though all those media outlets are freaking retarded and don't know what they're talking about anyway. Anywho, I put my mask on. I went to this lady's thrift store. This thrift store is like if the old ladies in the neighborhood got together and decided to donate their old pantsuits and their old brooches and, you know, all that crap. You know, their gospel records from the 70s. That's where all this stuff ended up. But I did find this super awesome hat for $1.50. It says, "Tops End Video, not just another video game store. 650 31 West Bypass, 1901 Russellville Road, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Ohio." Look at that little peach right there. Locally owned video rental store. They probably had video games there. Let's just say they did. From back in the day, had hats. Who made this? Kendia. One size fits all. Made in the Dominican Republic. Crazy. So that's really cool. But yeah, this mask thing is really tripping me out. All right, so I'm on my way. Stop by, see the wife at the hospital, and stop by a pawn shop. They don't let people in until 2 p.m. So, you know, I left at like 12:30, so I had like an hour to kill. Stopped at this pawn shop, haven't been there in a while, and picked up for $5 All Pro Football 2K8 for the Xbox 360. It is complete. You know, it's like a $15 game or so. But what's really cool about this football game is you can play as the legends. You can get like, you know, John Elway, like right there. John Elway, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders. You can get like all the all-time greats on your team and just dominate people. So very cool. I started to play that a little bit on the PlayStation 3, which I picked up a couple episodes ago. And then he had NCAA College Football 13. He charged me $5 for that. And he knew what he was talking about. He was like, yeah, everybody's going after 14. I'm like, okay. Well, when I picked it out of the case, it was missing the game. But it had the manual, which is crazy because I just picked up the disc last episode for like $1. But he went rummaging through the tray where they had like loose games and whatnot, and they had the disc. So, boom, even better. Complete copy of NCAA College Football 2013. So last stop of the day, stopped at a pawn shop downtown. On my way back home, and I haven't been in there in a while. This past couple weeks, I usually hit like the north side, and then like a week or two later, I'll go to the east side, then, you know, the south side. So by the time I get back around to going to the north side, it's been like, you know, a month and a half, 2 months. But in the last couple of days, I've hit north, south, east, west, downtown, out of town, all them pawn shops. So probably won't have to go for a while. But he had a bunch of N64 games. Nothing too crazy. Mostly sports games. I said, listen, if you want to do $1 for the sports games, I'll take them because I need them for some consoles that I have, and I'll just bundle them up with the consoles. He was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So we got In the Zone 98. I didn't even look to see if I had any of these. WWF Warzone. Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. WCW Mayhem. Some of these might be worth like $8 or $10. It might be worth it to put it on eBay. Excite Bike 64, that's probably one of them. I'll put that aside. Rugrats in Paris, the movie. All-Star Baseball 99. Quarterback Club 2000. Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding. Madden 01. WCW NWO Nitro, that's Nitro. World Tour, that's one of my favorite wrestling games on the N64. I know everybody's got like their own favorite one. It's about a $10 game right here, Glover. And NBA Live 2000, so 13 N64 games for $13 was not upset at that, you know. That's kind of where we want to be on those, about $1 a piece. And then the rest of these were, it was $47 for the rest of these. I paid up a little bit, but you know, he always gives me a good deal, so maybe next time I'm in there. But we got Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis. I didn't get a bad deal, you know what I mean? I just didn't get like $3 a game. So Sonic 3D Blast, that's a $10. We got Super Mario All-Stars. Danky Kang Country. You know, man, it's hard. With Mega Man X and Super Mario World, this is definitely a top 5 game on the Super Nintendo. I guess it just depends on what your flavor is. If you're a platformer, this is probably your game with Super Mario World. If you're more of a Zelda guy, that's probably, or girl, that's probably your favorite. Picked up Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. That was a loose disc. That goes for about $12. So that's cool. And then we got Shadow of the Damned for PlayStation 3. Complete. Surprisingly like a $25 to $30 game right there. And then if we can sell the rest of this and make our money back, I would love to keep this for the collection. Just because, you know, it's kind of cool to have. But we've got Saw, which somebody got at the pro member price of $13.49. And nowadays we'd buy that all day long. But it is complete. Surprisingly nice condition, even though the case is cracked right there. But yeah, we'll swap that out. And we will sell it. Alright, well, those were the pawn shop pickups so far. Let's see if we got any garage sale stuff. Okay guys, so here's the deal. Have not been able to do any garage sailing. Not that there were a lot of garage sales out there. But yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned my wife was in the hospital and she posted on her Facebook, so it's not like top secret info or anything. But she is doing better. Today's Thursday. She had 2 surgeries on Wednesday, so I was there Wednesday, Thursday. She's doing a lot better. She has real bad like arthritis, so she can't lift her arms up. She's able to lift her arms up and move and stuff. So tomorrow they're going to get her out. They're going to do some physical therapy with her, which is probably going to tire her out, try and get her to walk and move and lift stuff. But so I won't be going to the hospital tomorrow. So we're going to go to garage sales tomorrow. Man, we might just make that next video because we got a lot of stuff. But some non-video game related stuff. For some reason, I sit on this stuff, but I eventually sell it. It's those like street racing videos. This is 1320 video, Texas streets. I don't know, it looks like a bootleg. Paid $2 for it. I like to pop these in and watch them. You know, listen to them while I'm tinkering around in the game room. But yeah, I don't know. I found this little gem at Goodwill. It is a Bionicle Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper, $1.99. Why is this so fuzzy in here? Boom, $1.99. It is missing like, what are the shoulder pads? You can see here. And then he does have like a larger blaster rifle that he came with. So I'll just put those on my Bricklink order. And yeah, we'll complete that when we get around to it. Went back out to Newark. We were just kind of out there horsing around. And stopped by Maxine's. Saw they had a shooter for the Nintendo that I didn't have. Twin Eagle Romstar game. Now, what I understand, this is mediocre at best. Paid $10 for it. That's not showing up. I don't know why it's fuzzy in here. Maybe it's my camera. Hold on. Yeah, that's a lot better. So we went messing around today, or not today, but earlier this weekend. We went out to Maxine's Bargain Box, And Twin Eagle for the Nintendo, a Romstar game. Now this was actually, it's a shooter. It's a vertically scrolling shooter. It was an arcade game. The arcade game was decent. But from what I understand, this is not a good port of these shooters. So, but happy to add it to the collection. $10, you know, for a shooter for the NES. I'll bite all the time. $5. The guy, it's hobbies and more, hobbies galore, something like that. And he's got a controller bin, and he just seems to like Super Nintendo controllers, Nintendo controllers. He just puts them in a bag, puts $5 on it, throws them in the controller bin. Found a 6-button Sega Saturn controller for $5. Now it will need a cleaning. It is gross. So that'll be my first project after this video, is to clean up that Sega Saturn controller. You know, guys, I thought about selling my Sega Saturn collection. I never play it. It never sees the light of day. But I thought, you know what? You're probably never gonna find another one of these. And it is a fun system to collect for, even though I never really find games that are, you know, higher end games. I always find like sports games. But all right. Stopped by Thrift store today. I said, how much are your games? He said they're $2 or 2 for $3. So I was like, heck yeah. We picked up Marvel Ultimate Alliance for the Xbox 360. And I have this on PS2. That's my preferred platform. No manual, but still like $10. You know, that'll help pay off the day. And then a game that is, I don't know, I bought it. Tyler said something about playing this game, and I think he had it on the 360, but because it has, no, what was it, okay, so I got Tiger Woods 12 because it has the Masters, and he was saying that 13 or 14 has Muirfield Village, and here in Columbus, Ohio, Muirfield Village is a big deal, because that's where they hold the Masters, or not the Masters, this is where they have the Masters, Augusta National. The Memorial tournament is held at Jack's Place. So at Muirfield Village, which is a really nice golf course. I've been there before. It's like top notch. But yeah, I picked up Tiger Woods 12. I'm actually probably just going to throw this in the collection. It's only worth about $12 or so. But I really just, after he said that, I just wanted to play a golf game. So we'll keep that for the collection. Put that one over there so we know to put it in our collection. Stopped by another pawn shop, and I said, how much are these two games? He said $5 each. I want to pay $5 each, but sure, whatever. But we got two really, really nice sellable titles. The first one, I saw this. It said Time Splitters. Opened it up. Time Splitters Future Perfect on the PS2. Now, this game will need to be resurfaced. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if anybody has the case and the manual for that on eBay. The second title, which I'm probably going to sell, but pretty nice title here, Azora's Wrath, a Capcom title on the PS3. This came out on the PS4, but for some reason, the PS3 version is worth like 30 to 40 bucks. So we'll probably sell that, and it'll pay for kind of everything I've shown so far. See, pawn shop and pawn shop. So everything I got left is from pawn shops. They had some DS games. They had various prices on them from $3 to $10. I said, man, the labels on those, the price tags look a little faded. They've been sitting here for a while. And he goes, yeah, it just doesn't move. And I said, you know what? $3 each. I'll buy them all. They're all complete. They're all in really good condition. Some of them aren't worth but the $3 I paid for it. But I figured I'd keep them around in case I have, you know, consoles that I need to pair it with. So we got Lego Star Wars 3, which I might give a go. This one's the Clone Wars. I just got done watching that on Netflix this year, or Disney Plus, and it was pretty cool. Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures, Iron Man, Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril. Not a super expensive game. That's not like, you know, a heavy hitter, but, you know, 12 to 15 bucks for that. That pays for all the DS games. And then the best one in there, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, 25 bucks, man. So we'll try and sell that. I might give this a playthrough. I do like Spider-Man games. So yeah, I didn't think $3 was that bad on those games. Sometimes I think, like, if I were at a garage sale and these games were $3, would I buy them? And the answer is probably yes. So Goodwill 007 Legends, a game that Hav sent me, the mighty Hav G's. There's a receipt. But complete So we picked up another copy. I don't know, probably like 15 bucks on that one. Hi, Meow Meow. Cat's down there. She's missing Mama. Automodelista, Capcom title. This is that cel-shaded racing game. This game looks like $1,000,000, man. This game looks so good. I tried to play it for about 10-15 minutes. It's one of those games where you kind of got to know a little bit about cars and how to set up, you know, wheels and all that stuff. But very minty copy, very nice. And I already have one in my PS2 collection, so we'll be selling that one. And then for $3, not passing up GameCube games nowadays for $3. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That one is complete. Get the receipt out of there. Complete. So yeah, another like $10 to $15 title. It does have some wear on there, so I might discount it a little bit. But yeah. All right, so these. Oh well, she threw this in. It is the Arrow Wings manual for Dreamcast. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but I saw it and I said, "Hey, you got any Dreamcast games?" And she goes, "No." And I said, "Okay, well, this is just a manual. Can I throw this on the pile?" She was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So we'll put that in our manuals bin in case anybody needs it. Some PS2 games. This one I already have. Okami, Greatest Hits Edition. I thought this game was a little bit more valuable, but I guess the PS4 release dropped the price on it. And then always a good time here, Capcom Classic Collections. Yeah, these are always great. I mean, I don't know what to say about those compilation discs, but you know, you go out and get them for $5 or $10, you're gonna get $10 worth of fun out of it. And then the only game that I didn't have was Conflict Vietnam. Now, I like the Conflict games, especially the first one. I've kind of been playing through the second one. This is the third one, I believe, and then there's another one called Conflict Global Terror. It's a squad-based military tactics type game. You know, you're the heavy rifleman. You maybe have a sniper on your team and a heavy demolitions guy, and you can like send them off to like go different places to cover different points. It's actually really, really fun. The graphics are a little bit dated, but I'm actually pretty interested to see in this one if they use actual locations from Vietnam and they just don't, you know, make stuff up. $5 for PS3 games. This one has a little damage. I didn't notice that, but it is Spider-Man Edge of Time. And that one's complete, so we'll have to clean this one up a little bit. But yeah, these Spider-Man games, keep an eye out for them because they go for a little bit of money if you can get them for cheap. And then she had 3DS games sitting there, and I said, "How much are your 3DS games?" She said $10 each. And I didn't have time to look them up, so I just kind of went with it. So I picked up Star Fox 64 3D. Now, I love Star Fox 64. It's probably my favorite game on the N64. Depending on which day you ask me, it could be Mario Kart. But I do enjoy Star Fox 64. So for $10, I picked this up because I actually want to play it. And I hope it's just as good. Maybe, I mean, the graphics look amazing. So, and then we'll flip that. They used to be pretty valuable. Bravely Second. I don't know anything about the Bravely or Bravely Default games, but I thought for $10, maybe that would be a little bit of a gem. Boom. All these are in really, really good condition. So I didn't even look that one up. I don't know. But the one that's going to pay for the entire day there at Lev's was Williams Pinball Hall of Fame. And this one is still factory sealed. That is not going to show up. Maybe a little bit there. Anyway, still factory sealed. There's one on eBay for like $40. So hopefully I'll get about, I'll put it up for $35 plus shipping. Guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next one. Okay, guys, if you're watching this and you stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate it. So I picked up this Twin Eagle shooter-up game that I talked about from Maxine's Bargain Box. Now, they say that they clean the games, and I'm sure that they do, but when you clean the games and you put them on the shelf and they sit there for 6 months, and then somebody takes it home and says the game doesn't work, it's because it just sat on the shelf for 6 or 7 months and collected dust. So he said that this game is clean. We are going to see what we got. I use isopropyl alcohol. I don't want to get into a debate. I use alcohol because it's non-corrosive and non-conductive. So, see? Nice clean clean Q-tip. Get in there. And there we go. So it's one thing to clean your, if you're, buying and selling games, you're not a store, you're kind of like me. It's important to clean your games before you test them and, list them for sale and all that stuff. But it is also important, especially with these old, look, second run. With these old cartridge games, to clean it when you sell them. So if somebody's like, hey, I'll buy your Nintendo from you with your games, it probably would behoove you to run the Q-tip over it, or whatever cleaning method that you use. I'm certainly not telling you that it's right or wrong, but yeah, so there's third pass. And it's one of those things where, well, we ran a Q-tip through it. Okay, well, it's like when you poop. You wipe until the poop's gone, right? So you should be cleaning your games until there's no more black stuff, green stuff, brown stuff, whatever it is that's coming out of your games, until there's none of that left on there. Too many times I see them, they give it the once over. They don't actually go in there and clean. Yeah, see, there you go. There's 3 and 4. Getting better. I'll get another Q-tip or two and I'll clean this off screen, or off camera, but just kind of something to think about. If you look in a game at a game store and you say, hey, do you have some cleaning supplies I can clean this with before I take it home? They should have no problem letting you do that. But guys, can't wait to play some Twin Eagle. Thanks for watching. And like I said, we'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you've been picking up. Leave a comment down below, all that good stuff.